So hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'll be going through my portfolio progress for this last month of July. My portfolio has gained a massive 9% increase in this last month, and in this video I'll show you exactly how it happened. I'll dive into my best performing assets as well as the dividends I've received and my plan for the month ahead. So let's get into it. So a bit of background into me. I'm a 19-year-old apprentice working for National Grid, and I just started investing in January of this year, and my portfolio is rated at about £8,200 on a good day, and it's at all-time highs. So I will walk through how I have been able to receive a 35% rate of return, and this is through research and staying consistent and just investing in the market. When things go up and things go down, I like to dollar cost average into the best performing assets like Nvidia, like Google, like Robinhood. It's about consistency, but also not letting your heart take over. So let's get into it. So we can now have a look at how my portfolio has performed in this last month of July. I am up just under 9%. It's a decent rate of return, and it's about £600 I'm up. As you can see, here's my progress as we go across. Steadily been increasing. Some weeks have been good, some weeks have just been steady. But this recent week has been decent, £167. And just yesterday alone, I'm up nearly £200 just because of the big Mag 7 earnings. Have a look further down. As you can see, all time, I only started investing back in January, properly investing back then, and I've made about 35% rate of return. And that is due to the investments that I've made. I've been clear, I've been concise with what I've been investing in, and it's important that I've been staying consistent as well. So if you compare my portfolio's performance against the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is up 2.5% in the last month, whereas my portfolio has risen by just under 9%, and the FTSE 100 is up just over 4.7%. So for the month of July, my portfolio has outperformed the market. So one fund that I always invest in every single time I get paid every month, I put in £200 into my Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which is the VUSA. I've probably put in about £1,500, and I've changed from the VUAG to VUSA just so I can receive a dividend every quarter. So in the last month, I'm up 7%, which is a decent bit of profit, nearly £100, especially as the S&P, especially on 2022, has been lagging behind and it's finally getting back to its all-time highs. So looking at the rest of my portfolio, Nvidia has been one of my biggest, it's my biggest holding, and it's been quite a big mover, 15% in the last month and nearly 70% in the last 3 months. Again, another big mover. That's nearly £340 profit. So looking across Alphabet, Google has finally risen back up, nearly at $200. It's a company that's extremely undervalued in my opinion, trading at about just 20 PE ratio. A fair value for this company would be around $220 to maybe $230 per share. So I'm going to be holding this stock, and I'm not looking to sell anytime soon. Remember, I'm a long-term dividend investor. I'm looking for that 10-20 year time horizon. So one of my best performing stocks, not in just last month but all time, is Robinhood. I was able to catch it during the April tariff dip. I got a decent average price, and it is up just 150%, but it's been higher than that. It's reached 110. I can see the stock running to maybe $500 in the next 5 years. This is a company I'm very bullish on, very confident on to continuously grow. So having a look here at Rolls-Royce, this company is up about 10% today because they reported a strong first half results, raising guidance for the next full year as well as a 50% increase in the underlying profit. This is a company where I can see a very strong horizon on, and I'm very bullish on this company as well. They've also recently announced that they're going to be paying a special dividend, I think coming up in September, so that's something nice to look forward to. Looking through the rest of my portfolio, Visa has performed alright in the last month. Not much of a change, but it's a steady stock, a good dividend king where I can see a strong future with. A big change has been ASML. If you look at this last month, they're down 11%. This is because of the earnings. They did post decent earnings, but the reason why they dropped is because the guidance for the next year is a bit shaky because they can't, because of what's happening elsewhere. So it's not very negative for the company, but overall the view is that they're not confident on the future. That's why it has dropped, but I'm still very confident in this company because it's a moat of a company, it's a monopoly of a company. Looking through the rest of my portfolio, I'm looking to continue to add to my Amazon position just so I can grow it because it's a company. I can see it being a leader in robots, in cloud space. It's a very, it's a Mag 7 company. Everybody knows Amazon. A recent addition is Grab. This is a big I would say this is one of my companies I most look forward to. Stock I would describe as a growth stock. I can see this being maybe $10 in the next 1-2 years. It's a company out of Southeast Asia where it has millions of users. It is one of the biggest companies in Asia and everybody uses it. It reported earnings today morning, but it hasn't really moved until I think when the market opens, it might shoot up or it might stay steady until the market close. But it is a company I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking to increase my position as well. As you may have heard, Greg's has had a big drop, and this is because of their earnings when they reported that profit was down a bit. But as it's a cyclical company, it doesn't perform as well in the hot weather. Come the winter time, I can see this going back up because who doesn't want a nice pastry or pasty when it's cold? It's a company that depends on what's not just happening in the market, but what's happening elsewhere. So looking at Johnson and Johnson, typical how it's always been up. It's had a decent earning, that's why it's up 10%, but it's still a strong, reliable company. The same with Nike. I should have bought more into this, but I didn't. I'm up 40%. I wish I had bought more, but it is what it is. It's important to stay committed and to not let your heart take over and to focus on what the bigger picture is. Procter Gamble, it's down 5%, but this, it's a company I'm invested in for that dividend because I know that it's a stable, not very volatile company. It might go up, it might go down, but overall, the long-term horizon, I'm confident in keeping. Company that has scared me recently is Novo Nordisk, down 30% because they've had to reduce their guidance due to their drugs like Wegovy, where they've been accused of selling fakes after their disrupted partnership with Hims. Unfortunately, it is down 30%, but this company operates again at a very low PE. I can see this company going back up. I'm invested in for the long term, so I'm going to stay consistent, stay committed, and just hope that it does go back up. Another big dropper has been B&M, down 16% this month, even more. They do have a nice dividend, and I'm confident in the company that they will come back after recruiting a new CEO. I think the former Morrison's one. So I'm hoping that they'll, come back to the company they should be at, and I can see this being about £4 maybe by the end of next year. So a quick look at the rest of the companies. Vici, I'm hoping to increase my position in. Greencoat is finally come down a bit. I might increase my position once again. Pepsi, I'm thinking about selling out of it just because I'm young. I feel like I have a longer time horizon. Hopefully that I can go for a bit more risky or a bit more dividend growth stocks. But nevertheless, this is a good company. Big Bit AI is a company I can see as being the next Palantir. I own 18 shares, and for a long time this was below its average price. I was in the negative, but it's finally come back up. And if you look at the last month, it does fluctuate. It's a very volatile stock, but I can see this slowly growing and becoming that next Palantir because AI is such a big dominant move. Then some of my next are Realty Income, which I want to increase once again, and Liga in general. When I see the prices drop, I'll look to increase my position in. And then these last three stocks are just a bit of me messing around. I like to put money here and there, see if I can catch a profit, but this isn't sustainable. It is better to stay committed and stay focused. So looking at my portfolio overview, this is today before market open. As you can see, Rolls-Royce is up. Nvidia, one of my best performing stocks, and this is the biggest stock in the market, just over 4 trillion market cap. I'm very impressed with how this has performed, and I'm looking to keep this for a long time. Like I said, I want to increase my position in Grab and Amazon. That's the two on my mind right now. Other than that, I'm looking to keep staying invested and stay committed, and hopefully this next month will be as good as the previous month. So we can now head over to my dividend calendar, which tracks all the dividends I have been paid for this year. Having a look for the month of July, I have made a total of £3.85. I've been paid from Vici Properties, from VUSA, my S&P 500 ETF, my monthly payment from Realty Income. I got paid from Nike, and then I got paid a small amount from Nvidia. That's £3.85 for this month. Hopefully this time next year this value will be looking much bigger, maybe closer to £20. And as I keep going and as I keep staying consistent, this will grow to the hundreds, and a couple of hundreds in maybe 20 years. It could be £1,000 in a month. This is how much I've been paid in total by each company, and then all time since I started tracking this in March, I've received £20. So in 5 months, I've received £20, and as you close out the year, I'm looking for maybe around £80 in total for the whole of the year. August should be a good month in dividends I get paid. So overall, the dividends I've received for this month have been lower than previous months, but it's about staying consistent, and it's about looking forward to the next dividend that you may receive. So finally, having a look at my portfolio dashboard. This is where everything I own has been put in. It also includes my Bitcoin value, the total gains I've made for this month, as well as my stocks value. Overall, my portfolio is ranked just under £8,600, and as a 19-year-old investing, this is nice because if I stay consistent, hopefully this will grow in the future. Some of my best performing assets are going to be Robinhood, even Rolls-Royce has done decent, but the worst probably Novo Nordisk and BME. All-time dividends I've received £21 and my projected annual dividend is £115, but that does include from January to March. I own 21 holdings and have a decent yield on cost and about 50% gains total. As you can see, the value of my portfolio keeps rising, and especially at this young age where I keep putting money in and I haven't got much bills to pay, it should keep rising. So thank you for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe and leave a comment. If you like this video, just let me know and make more like this, and check out the last month's update in the link below. Thank you for watching.